Hello, team. Welcome back to another Line War cast. This is your map today. In blue, just an addict. In red, someone said that my nickname sucks. This is from Group D in the Line War 2023 T1 tournament. Just an addict spawning in the north. Nickname is spawning in the south on this, like with a channel between the two players. Quick dock from Just an Addict. We'll probably see that nickname throws down a dock as well. At an airport from Blue's second dock, and transport boats being made out of this first dock that's completed. There's an energy source right here in the water that these boats are going to cap, and there's another energy well right beside the airport for Blue, who's going for bombers off this first airport. And Nickname's going for a dock with a transport boat. Commandos out of this barracks going for a commando drop opener with the airport making the transport plane. And a second barracks which will probably also create commandos for red. And with the transport boat, we'll probably see Nickname start to head across to the north right away with a boat. And there is a trade route on the right-hand side. We'll see what the plan is for this first transport boat out of Blue. And here it is, right across the channel. Right to this right-hand side of the map, which actually has a lot of economy if we zoom out again. Tons and tons of economy on the right-hand side. Just an Addict has a bunch of economy to the left of them as well. Nickname has a ton of safe gases in this back little bay sort of thing. And 2 on land here. And the first transport boat's going to go across to the north for Nickname. Neither player will know exactly where the other one spawned as of yet. A cruiser and a missile boat for Just an Addict out of the docks. And a second cruiser as well. More transport planes for Nickname, who's building commandos and infantry out of these 2 barracks. And a dock in the back for red. First transport boat is full and it starts to head across for Nickname. It'll land around the same time that Just an Addict lands on the right-hand side of the map. First bomber is done for Blue, and an interceptor now on the way. And the bomber's range will be enough for Just an Addict. They will be able to hit all these buildings for red. This red line is the range that the bombers can go. And this also means that Nickname's transport planes can land on the airport and the refinery for I almost said just a nickname, Just an Addict. Transport planes for Nickname are going to go to the bottom right to cap this part of the map. And a destroyer now out of this leftmost dock for red. Another barracks for Just an Addict, probably to get more infantry to move across and then also have a garrison at home. To build some sort of units to protect this refinery and airport. If Nickname were to see or find this airport and refinery, then they could just drop commandos right on top of this. And without any garrison at home for Blue, they would be able to essentially end the game. The first 2 destroyers for red are about to finish. The one on the left has already finished. More destroyers on the way for Nickname, who now has 2 boats full of infantry across on Just an Addict's part of the map, and puts down a quick barracks. This choke on the map is probably pretty important. Whoever controls this, if Nickname can get there and dig in and stop Just an Addict from expanding quickly, that'd be very good for red. But Just an Addict will definitely have the Navy advantage with how early these 3 docks went down. And also the fact that there's cruisers as part of this Navy. So they'll be able to take a straight up fight against whatever Navy Nickname has. Nickname's got an interceptor on the airport now with a helicopter being produced. And Nickname starts to cap the bottom right. Transport plane here for red is going to land on this top right landmass. And that, so far, neither team has really seen where the other one's at. Nickname may with this destroyer, but nope. Not quite yet. It doesn't have the vision to see that this territory is capped by blue. But based on how far Nicknames got to the top left, red probably knows that Justin Addict is somewhere around here on the map. Transport plane probably, or transport boat probably saw this transport plane, so the Navy's rushing in to intercept and at least stop more transport planes from landing here. The two commandos move command into the mountain range to start capping this, so that the barracks that red can build on that landmass is going to be stealthed. And this is the vision of destroyers, so the refinery is detected. And Nickname does get here to this choke first. With 5 infantry dug in, they dig in a little bit late. But they're definitely going to be able to at least slow down this blue force. And Justin Addict's going to back up, which is probably wise. But now a full scout for Nickname. They see one of the docks, so we'll see the second one. Based on how many boats Nickname's gone by, it certainly feels like it could be more than 2 docks, and Nickname confirms it. So great scouting from red. And we'll see if Nickname decides to put down another dock in response to this, to make sure that they at least have the same production power as their opponent. Justin Addict digs in, which will mean that red can't move forward, but in the meantime, Nickname's going to cap this top left part of the map and make a bunch of money off of it. Income-wise, 580 for Nickname, who puts down a barracks on the top right, and 550 for Justin Addict, who has a second refinery on the way. We can see just how much energy boats use. Black plumes of smoke indicating that they are out of energy, they can't move, and if they were to be attacked, they would take increased damage for the next 5 seconds. Nicknames has 2 helicopters completed. The plan here is that these helicopters are going to move to the coast and then jet across to the north, which is going to be very strong. But if Justin Addict can get some of this Navy to this choke, they'll be able to shut down these helicopters and also be able to start shelling these infantry that are in the entrenchment for red. It's going to be 4 interceptors and a bomber on the airport for Justin Addict. So we'll probably see an airstrip go down relatively quickly. There is a barracks on the top right side of the map, which matches Nickname's production here. And here's Nickname's second refinery in the bottom left. Justin Addict, a little bit low on the energy since we hear the beep beep, the low energy warning, but capping a lot of this water territory, which is pretty decent income. And I think a big determining factor in this game is going to be who wins the right-hand side and how quickly Justin Addict can break out of this part of the map and start pushing to the west here. Which won't be easy to do necessarily. Blue is going to start heading across, which is almost perfect timing. If Nickname were to send these 4 infantry to the right-hand side, right when this lands, Blue might have an opportunity to maybe win that fight. But now one of the strengths is that Nickname has 4 commandos here. But great response time from Justin Addict on the interceptors that will get, with the combination of these missile boats, will certainly get both the transport planes. Doesn't even actually need the missile boats. Nickname will be able to get to the refinery quicker than Justin Addict will be able to defend it. And with only 1 bomber, these commandos will likely be able to destroy the refinery. Transport boat is greeted by these 4 infantry. I'm totally wrong. I mean, these things didn't even have to move, and the drop is already shut down. But now a good thing is that Justin Addict is between Nickname's airport and where these planes want to go. There's a dock in the top left for Nickname, and this is a very interesting spot to put it. But as long as it gets up and creates some boats, definitely worth it. 702 income for Blue, 860 for Red. Because in the same way that Justin Addict's going to be able to show up with boats here and start shelling this position, if Nickname can get some amount of boats to do the same, it'll even the fight a little bit. And we can see just how far on the map Nickname has capped at this point. There's a factory in the mountains. There's enough commandos here for Nickname that they're going to be able to take that fight against the infantry. So this is going to put the industry, the factory, and the barracks all at risk for Justin Addict, who may have to send the planes over to defend this. There's a lot of boats, but we can see that 3 refineries still can't really handle all of this with an airport. And Nickname is targeting down this factory. Justin Addict won't be able to see these commandos yet. And besides hearing them, okay, so now they start coming into vision because of these buildings, and the 2 infantry as a whole have enough detection. With a bunch of cruisers here, Justin Addict's able to clear that defensive line super quickly. So the idea is going to be that Nickname's going to move 3 helicopters over here and put them on this aircraft carrier. And this aircraft carrier with helicopters is going to be able to hit everything of Justin Addict's. We'll see if Justin Addict needs to send boats up around north to deal with this. Or with 3 helicopters, as long as these interceptors can run and are in position, they'll be able to shut this down. Industry and factory both fall. Here come the planes for Justin Addict, who puts down another factory to replace that one that just went down, which is, I think, the right call. This is a very important part of the map. And they'll end up matching the production that Nickname has on the right-hand side. And income-wise, 750 for Blue and 990 for Red. Nickname's still just on 2 docks. Has capped all the water territory that they really can. But with all these cruisers for Blue, there's no real way that Nickname can take this fight. And slowly Nickname's working on a number of SAMs here to deal with these planes. And the aircraft carrier is complete. Great play from Blue to push through at this point. Justin Addict can see this dock. And will likely be able to destroy the dock before the helicopters can dispatch all this Blue infantry. And for a split second, we saw Nickname indicate they wanted to go across here. And there's not really much at home for Justin Addict to defend. Helicopters do a lot of DPS when they hover, but they don't do this much DPS. But if this factory for Nickname gets up, this could be a very strong army that Red is able to build on the left-hand side of the map and push through this choke, because the Navy is moving out of position to deal with Nickname's Navy. Another barracks on the right-hand side, but Just Natick has another factory. An eco check, 810 for blue, 1040 for red, so Nickname pulling a little bit away with this eco, and here comes a town, which has the option to build a port. It's a very safe position to build it, because blue would need to send boats in order to actually get rid of this thing. There's nothing else that's going to be in range. So the second aircraft carrier isn't able to get out of the dock. Out of that shipyard. But there's only one bomber for blue, so that aircraft carrier isn't going to die to 4 interceptors. Interceptors do marginal damage to ground units and sea units. And this is a big play. This infantry is going to destroy this refinery. We already see that there's a little bit of energy problems for blue. So this will be a big hit to how effectively Just Natick can be with those boats. And the planes, for that matter. There's a good amount of infantry here for Just Natick. Nickname is digging in, though, so it's going to be difficult for Just Natick to get through this. And Nickname just jets out of this contained by the boats. And the first cruiser's now on the way for Nickname out of this back dock, who is also putting down another refinery to make sure that their boats can keep moving. Just Natick rebuilds that refinery immediately, which is the play. Or rather, I think is the play. Because there's still a huge navy for blue. So if it could magically move, it is a big asset for Just Natick. But this drop is going to do a ton of damage because it's very difficult for blue to defend this. Especially since the boats can't really move to intercept any of this, and now there's already a bunch of commandos and infantry that are importantly taking away economy from blue. So Nickname is happy to just contain, or pardon me, Just Natick is happy to just contain this little base of Nicknames over on the right-hand side to make sure that no more units can get out. Nickname is capping decently quick on the right-hand side. And what we've just heard is pretty much all the eco that Nickname can build on the top left, which puts Just Natick in a really tough spot. 1275 income for red and 832 for Just Natick. This will be a very good pick-off by these missile boats, because they're going to get this transport plane, I believe. And they do. But again, these commandos might be able to just destroy this refinery again, since there's not enough planes to defend this. And certainly Nickname's going to get this refinery with the help of those boats. Factory now for Nickname on the far right side of the map. Probably anticipating, or just as insurance in the event that blue is actually able to destroy this position. And it's still just a full target from Nickname on the refinery, which will guarantee that it does go down. And Nickname's going to try to fit in a transport plane to go right for the energy. If the two commandos get out of this plane, then they would be able to destroy it. But unfortunately they don't for Nickname. Nice positioning of those missile boats from Blue, who has the artillery advantage here. But it's still a tough position to break. Nickname has some artillery on the backhand side of this. So I think it's anyone's guess as to whether this actually works. The two barracks are going to build enough fodder units that pretty soon Nickname might be able to just jump out of this defensive line and push back. It is tanks for Nickname here, which will be very devastating. We'll at least be able to destroy the factory on the low ground. And here comes the push from Nickname on the left-hand side. It's just one factory and one barracks, but it has been building up units for the last few minutes. And the 3 helicopters are now on the aircraft carrier. And any of these buildings that Nickname sees could be targeted by those helicopters. And 3 helicopters hovering over a building, if they're not dealt with quick, they will be able to destroy it. Just now it's taken this very forward gas to try to alleviate some of the energy problems. It's fantastic timing for Red to jump in here. And a depot now for Nickname, a second depot, and a port. I mean, in the top right we can see that Nickname has enough energy saved up. Justin Attic has a little bit less. I mean, Justin Attic still has more boats than Red probably in total. And slowly over time, this blue artillery count thins out. And this is a huge fight in the game, because if Nickname can break this, they're just going to be able to start pushing to the right and capping all this territory. The helicopters are going to destroy a refinery, which will be ultimately frustrating for Justin Addict, because it will stop these boats from moving again. And Nickname does hold on here in the bottom right. Helicopters do get the refinery before the interceptor is able to get off the airport. They're going to get at least one helicopter. I guess one helicopter already went down, so they'll get all 3, but it's probably worth it that Nickname destroys the gas. And there's already 3 more helicopters here that clear out the artillery, and then they would be able to land on this aircraft carrier if they decided to. A Nickname will start to counter push, put down more barracks in an effort to win the right-hand side. And this is probably more factories. I would have thought on the left for Nickname. I'm not really sure where these factories are, but there's more towns for Red. And if we look at the econ, 1795 for Nickname and 824 for Justin Addict. Nickname finds the angle here with the bombers to get around those boats. GG, well played. That was some action from Group D, the Line War 2023 T1 tournament. I hope you folks enjoyed the video. Hope you have a wonderful night, day, evening, whatever it is for you, wherever you are. We'll see you soon. Enjoy, good luck, have fun. Peace.